Hey y'all, what's up? Um, I'm here today to give y'all a little background story on Malachi and our journey with him having ADHD and a mood disorder. So, basically, Malachi, for anybody who knows Malachi has always been this hyper happy active boy. um so that was pretty normal for him. um so last year around this time, um it's April right now, of course. I forgot what month it was. It's April right now, so I want to say kind of around this time last year. um Malachi started doing these like weird behaviors. So he would go in the kitchen and take his little Hot Wheel cars. He loves Hot Wheel cars. He would take his Hot Wheel cars and put them in the microwave and catch them on fire. And he would go burn them on top of my oven. He would go in the kitchen, cut the oven on, put Hot Wheel cars, Thomas the Train trains, anything with wheels. He would go and just try to burn it. And so he also took a little bubbly Amazon package envelope and burnt that on top of my stove as well. And so when he first started this, y'all know how we are. I'm like, yo, Malachi, like, what's going on? You gotta stop this, I'm like, this is not okay. This is dangerous. You can get hurt. Everybody else in the house can get hurt. It was just a really bad, situation that he had consequences for it or whatever. And, I let him know what was what. Did what I did. So, he did it again. And I'm like, Malachi, this is getting out of hand. Like, you gotta stop. You're gonna literally burn my house down. And I work nights, y'all, at Amazon. So, I do 12-hour shifts. So I'm gone most of the nights. Because if I'm not doing my regular shift, I do overtime a lot. So I'm gone. So my mom keeps him while I'm at work, and it's just a really dangerous situation because he'll wait until everybody's asleep, or he knows the right time to go in there and do what he do. And so I'm like, Malachi, why are you doing this? Like, this doesn't make any type of sense at all. So he goes, the devil told me to do it. I said, the devil told you to do it? He's like, yeah. He's like, the devil told me to do it so I can kill everybody. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, we finna pray. And we need this devil to go. And you need to stop allowing him to talk to you. And you need to stop listening to him and letting him tell you what to do and doing it. And so, I talked to him real good about it. And we talked about it. And he was just on this streak about how he was hearing voices and the devil was telling him to do stuff. And the last time he did it, it got really, really bad. Like, he put Hot Wheels in my microwave and the whole house was like smoky. Like, it was really, really bad. So I'm like, okay, I'm not getting through to him. My mom's not getting through to him. So it's really something going on because he keeps saying that he's hearing voices and he's hearing the devil tell him to do this so he can kill himself and everybody else. And so I'm like, at this point, this is like beyond me. And so, You know, y'all, I'm the type of person that I'm not gonna be in denial. You know, I don't care. Like, if you got something going on, if you got an issue, if something happening, we finna go try to get you some help by any means necessary. As young as you are, I don't care. Something not right, something not clicking. This is new behavior. You know, you about to burn my house down and everybody in it. We're gonna get you some help. So, first time I end up taking him to Georgia's hospital, and I live in St. Louis, so I know a lot of people are familiar with St. Louis Children's Hospital. So we went there, and I took him to the emergency room and pretty much checked him in for behavior health. I ran into an old friend there, and she actually had her child and was doing the exact same thing that I was doing. You know, just trying to figure everything out. But it really made me feel comfortable because we talked a whole lot. And, you know, she was kind of going through the same thing that I was going through with my child. And just to be able to open up and talk to somebody and relate to somebody really made me feel better in the moment, because taking him to the hospital for something like that, all type of stuff was going through my head. Like, you know, I was like, we should just go back home. I should just forget about it. It'll be okay. Let's try it again tomorrow. And then I started to feel bad. I started to get depressed about it. Like, everything. I just started going through the motions. But really being there with her and talking to her really, really made me feel better. Like, for real. Like, I'm like, okay, somebody else going through this stuff. Like, you know. So it's cool. So we checked in, and they took us back. And of course, you know, I asked a whole bunch of questions, and we got into a lot. And I basically just told my story. You know, I told them what was going on with them. I told him that he was tried to burn my house down several times, and the last time, which had just happened before I had took him, was really, really bad. And that's why we ended up coming here, because he keeps saying he hears these voices, he hears the devils telling him to do stuff, and he wants to kill himself and everybody else, you know. And so we talked. A lot of people came in, different psychiatrists, nurses, doctors. We were in like a little room, and it had a TV and stuff in there. He had to take all his clothes off, but like somebody was literally at the door like the entire time, just kind of watching on watch. They had to go to the bathroom with us, and anywhere that Malachi wanted to go, like they had to go with them. So we stayed overnight, but we didn't get admitted, but we stayed for a long time. We stayed overnight because we were just trying to get a feel of what was going on with him, and just he was talking to different people, and so was I. And it was just crazy, you know, just telling that story or whatever. But I didn't feel safe coming back home with him and bringing him back home, because I have to work, and I was afraid that, you know, I was going to fall asleep and the house really would have been burned down, you know, because he's in here playing with fire and, you know, burning metal in the microwave and stuff like that. And so being there and going through that situation was really an eye-opener for me, because I had one particular nurse come in. They had changed shifts, and the psychiatrist that we had talked to when we first got there was pretty much like, okay, yeah, something's going on and something's not right. And she talked to me, she talked to him, she got like a really good feel of where his head was at the moment and stuff like that. And so they were talking about putting him on medicine, trying different medications. We were talking about admitting him for a couple of days, or should we not admit him for a couple of days. But, you know, I was confident because they really seemed like they had a plan going on. And so the shifts changed, and there was another nurse that had came on board. And this particular nurse, the vibe wasn't right. I just did not get a good feel at all. And I normally, you know, I try not to judge people and stuff like that. I try to give people a chance and a benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, this is my child. I have a little educational background in this stuff. So, you know, you have to just flat out be an advocate for your own child, period. Like, nobody's going to be an advocate for your child like you are, you know. And you're actually there with your child, so you know what's going on and what's a norm for you and what's not. And so, anyways, like I said, I really got upset because, and I challenged her about it, because she felt that he was fine. She felt that nothing was wrong with him. She said it's probably just suspected ADHD, but he's fine. He's probably just seeing stuff or just playing a game. And she's like, he probably doesn't even know what death means or how to kill someone, or, you know, just going on. And I'm sitting there telling her, I'm like, yes, he do. I'm like, you sit here and ask him and see what he says. And she asked him, you know, well, what does death mean? What happens? You know, are you going to still be here, or are you just going to go for a little bit and come back? He gave her a better definition than I did about death and a plan to kill and all this type of stuff. But she still was like, I don't feel like, you know, anything is wrong. It's not necessary for him to stay and this, that, and the other. And she's like, it's just ADHD and this is how kids act. This is what happens. And don't get me wrong, like, I suspected ADHD with him because he's always been the hyper, you know, boy or whatever. Especially more so for kids of his age and not of his age. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not putting that past you, but something not right. Like, something is not clicking. Like, he's never disclosed these type of behaviors before, you know. So I challenged her on that conversation, and a couple of nurses also talked to her because we were not on the same page at all. She had to make a lot of phone calls because the team that came in before her had a total different plan. Was thinking about keeping him. It was just totally different. Nobody was on the same page, and she was like the only one that was not on the same page with everybody else, with the other doctors, the other nurses, the other psychiatrists and stuff like that. And so, you know, I challenged her on it, and she tells me, well, I'm the one in charge of the floor, so everybody's got to listen to me. So whatever I say needs to be done is going to get done. And so I'm looking at her like, oh. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm dealing with one of these. I'm like, okay. So basically everything I done said just them went in one ear out the other. Like, at this point, you're not even paying attention to me. You know, she's getting paperwork ready to discharge us and everything else. And I'm like, I do not feel safe, you know, specifically for my son. You know, something's not right in his head right now. So, we end up getting discharged, and we went home, and I kid you not, I was so tired and exhausted because going there to Children's Hospital, we had just came. I had worked the previous night, and that was at nighttime. So, with me working the previous night and then the following night being in the hospital with him all night, I was going off for like 48 hours with no sleep. Mind y'all, I got other kids, I got other responsibilities at this time, and I'm taking care of my mom. You know, she's disabled or whatever. She's in an electric wheelchair. So I got a lot going on. And so, we came home and they discharged us, gave us paperwork, recommended us to go, you know, get him some therapy or whatever, which the waiting list was like 6 months out. So I'm like, what point is this? To try to get some help, I gotta wait 6 months? So you mean to tell me I gotta go through this for 6 months? But like I said, it just really hurt because I said, here I am, a mother, noticing that something's not right, noticing that something's not right, noticing that things aren't going the way that they're supposed to be going with my child, and I'm here trying to get him some help, and it's like a cry out, and I can't even get help. And I'm like, this is why things happen. This is, you know, why people kill themselves. This is why, you know, bad things happen. And, you know, you got people that actually do try to get help and reach out for help, but you can't even get help, you know. So it's crazy to me. So it really gave me something to like kind of ponder on and think about, because it really bothered me, because I'm like, this is a whole serious situation that she just took as if, oh, he's just doing regular kid stuff. Like, absolutely not. So, anyways, I'm jumping around, but back to us coming home, I was super exhausted. Like I said, it's hard because I'm working. I was a single mother at the time, and so I had no really help. I didn't have support, you know. People are just so judgmental these days, and you know, they don't want to be around your kid, you know, if he's acting like this and doing all types of stuff, and you just can't get the help or support that you need. And then I just got to the point where I just held everything in. Like, me and my mom know what really goes on with them at home, but anybody else, like, nobody really has a clue. People know that they're hyper, but people really don't know what I go through. You know. So we came home. I was so exhausted, y'all. I had him in my room. I got him situated, got him together, and fell asleep. I kid you not. Y'all know how y'all feel like a little presence over you or whatever. I kid y'all not. Malachi, I felt the presence, and I kind of jumped up a little bit and looked, because I was asleep. Malachi was literally standing over my bed, over me with a butcher knife. And so I didn't jump, I didn't scream, I didn't do anything extra, because I knew just from how he was looking, like, I'm like, this is not him. So, you know, I got up and I was like, come here, baby. You know, like, what's going on? Like, what you got this for? What you playing? You know, we don't play with this stuff, you know. And so I took it and got him together and got him situated. And then I went in the kitchen and just was trying to find all the knives and scissors and everything, just to try to put them up in the safe, or just to kind of hide them or whatever. Because I'm like, okay, this is the last straw, you know. So I'm like, this is not okay. So I ended up making a phone call and reaching out to someone, one of me and my mom's friends, and she recommended us to go to Mercy Hospital. And it was pretty far from where I'm living at, but, and y'all, I don't have no car, so I'll be paying Uber and Lyft, because you can't really depend on nobody to take you where you need to go or do what you need to do. Even if you have gas money, People just get to acting funny towards you. You know, they act like they're here to help you and support you, but then they just start to act funny. So I'm like, I just catch an Uber out there. It cost me like $50, but I didn't care. I was trying to get my baby some help. And so we end up going there. The staff was really nice. It was a different environment because it was a different feel because they actually placed him in one of the little like psych ward rooms, like for real. And the door was locked, the toilet was locked, the sink was locked, the TV was locked up, the windows was locked. Like this experience in there with him, I was like, okay, this is the real deal right here, you know. And I began to express myself and tell them what happened home. Once again, I told them the background history of him burning things and hearing voices and stuff like that. And so they immediately got on board with everything. They didn't admit him, but they recommended us to BJC Behavior Health. And because it was an emergency situation, we didn't have to wait. Like, they made it where we didn't have to wait. You know, we didn't have to get placed on a waiting list or whatever. Because of the urgency of the situation, we got right in. Like, the next day, he had like a little evaluation, and he got accepted. And so ever since then, we've been a part of BJC Behavior Health. He has a psychiatrist. He also is a caseworker. And so they have really stepped in and helped. Malachi's went through several different medications just to try to figure out what works and what doesn't work. He was diagnosed officially with ADHD and also a mood disorder. And so he takes several different pills for that. We had to up his dose a couple times because I felt like he was getting immune to it just by the behaviors and stuff coming back. He also takes a nighttime pill now because he doesn't sleep at nighttime. Like, he has so much energy, he's on the go, he's getting into stuff. Like, he does not sleep. Like, I was giving him melatonin. I was giving him the highest melatonin, like, overdosing him. I'm not even finna, like, hold y'all. Like, I was doing it all. I had melatonin in the bathtub, lavender oil diffusers going, candles, just trying to calm his body down. Lotions on him. His body, his brain just cannot settle down. Oh, he's literally stayed up for like 72 hours straight before. And that was even with the medication, he's done that. So I give him the medication and the melatonin and do everything else. Mind y'all, like I said, I got other responsibilities and I have to work. And that was another hard situation because I work nights. And I have to work. I own my home. I gotta feed myself and my other kids and take care of the rest of my family. So that is not an option not to work, you know. So things have really, really been hard because I can't imagine myself working in the daytime. I have had to take off. I have almost lost my job for taking off and doing all of this because I'm dealing with crisis and things, you know, with Malachi. The caseworker has been a big help. BJC Behavior Help has been a big help. I'm currently still in the process of looking for him a therapist. The waiting lists are out of control. So, it's crazy. So many people are going through so much things and so many people need help with just different situations all around. And like, y'all, we can't be out here judging people the way they look, the way they act. We gotta stop. We gotta do better, y'all, because it's folks out here that's straight going through. When I say going through, going through. Like I said, I own my home. I have to take care of my disabled mom. And she's the only one that's been my backbone and my support through this whole process. I have other children. I'm a wife now, yeah. And so I gotta take care of the hubby and my other family. And, you know, it's just a lot dealing with all of that. And Malachi doing all of this. Like, y'all, like, I straight be crying. Like, when I say I cry myself to sleep a lot, I cry myself to sleep. I be in the bathroom, like, just locking myself in here, just crying. And, you know, some people be like, you're such a happy person. You always got a smile on your face. And, you know, this and that. I'm like, y'all don't know the half of it. Like, it gets hard. It gets really, really hard. Malachi is just turned 8 years old on February 19th. He's in the 2nd grade. He's behind because with his hyperactivity, he can't really focus on his education. And so Malachi he gets really angry. He's really, really sweet. He's caring. But if he gets angry, like, he gets angry. And so I'm really trying to get down to the root of the situation of things that are just built up in him, y'all. And it's crazy because his father is not in his life. His father basically dipped on me when I was pregnant, you know, was okay and wanted me to get an abortion and all type of stuff. Like, as soon as I told him I was pregnant, like, things changed. So it was me. So, you know, I went through a lot of depression and stuff while I was pregnant because it was a lot of lies. He did so much lying to me, but that's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying that because that trauma that you experience while you're pregnant really does affect your child, y'all. Because, like, all that stuff and all them emotions and stuff that I was going through when I was pregnant, I see in Malachi. No cap. I see in Malachi. Like, real talk, y'all. Like, that stuff is real. You know, so, y'all, we just got to do better. Us mothers, us fathers, like, y'all, they need y'all. These boys, these girls, too, they need y'all in their life. Like, biological, non-biological, somebody, you know, uncle, whoever, grandpa, these kids need y'all in their life. I can only do so much for Malachi. I can be his mother, but I can't be his father. I can't show him how to be a man, you know. But I thank God, you know, I got a husband now, you know, and I don't have no doubt in my mind that he will lead him and guide him in the right, you know, direction and raise him and train him and teach him how to be a man. But y'all, I'm just saying, we got to do better. We got to do better, you know, because I think things would be different, you know, if Malachi had that father figure around, you know, growing up. But I'm trying to break that cycle. Yeah, that generation of curse is broken with me, you know. So that's the end of that, you know. Now I'm just dealing with Malachi. But, like, y'all, like, yo, he gets suspended from school. Like I was saying, he in the 2nd grade. Malachi has already got suspended from school for several times. Like, it's crazy. You know, he in the Hazelwood School District or whatever. And, it's crazy. Like, he didn't been suspended from school for, you know, for fighting. And Malachi's still learning how not to hit back. I raised him to fight back and to hit back and to do all of that. And, you know, this is first year in public school because I homeschooled him or whatever. And so this was his first year of actually being exposed and having so many people in the classrooms and stuff like that, and teachers being overwhelmed, you know, and not getting the help and support that they need. Malachi is overstimulated in the class. He don't get no help, y'all. It's so, these people call me every single day to come get him. If I'm not, he not learning nothing. They call me to come get him. You know, he fighting, he doing this, he doing that. You know, he cursing the teacher out. Malachi got a 50 mouth. He doing all type of stuff, you know. And it's really, really hard, you know. And it's sad because before Malachi started in his school, I wrote emails, I made phone call. I'm like, hey, Malachi got this going on, he got that going on. He going to need an IEP, this, that, and the other. I done filled out the paperwork and everything, y'all. Hey, of course, the first time he got denied, they, oh, ain't nothing wrong with him, you know, this, that, and the other. I'm like, okay. Next thing I know, phone calls coming in. He getting suspended from school, you know, for fighting, knocking folks up inside the head with the Chromebook, you know, cursing the teacher out, stabbing folks with pencils, just doing all type of stuff, y'all. And so I be literally crying in tears because I'm like, this is just crazy. I just sat here and told y'all something was wrong with the boy. And, you know, he can't even get no IEP. And, you know, so finally, you know, in the heat of the moment, they're like, okay, something going on. You know, he need an IEP or whatever. So we got that all set up. We got that situated. I had several meetings with that, and he finally got his IEP, y'all. So he has small groups and stuff like that. And even with the IEP, he's still getting suspended. He's still doing his stuff, you know. But his IEP is based off of, you know, social, emotional, and behaviors and stuff like that. And so, you know, we was even talking about him going to, like, a special school strictly for kids with those type of behaviors. But, you know, they want to keep him there, and they, you know, doing this. And, you know, and I'm just like, y'all can't even, y'all got, it's crazy. I'm like, y'all got so many people in the classroom. You know, there is no support, you know. Teachers are fed up, you know, and I got experience on both sides. As a mother and as being a educator or a teacher. I've been in both situations. So, you know, I know how it is from both sides, you know. Like I said, I'm not in denial or none of that. Like, I believe in getting help. I believe in getting you some help. Get you some help. If you need some help, honey, get you some help. And if you need to take medicine, take your medicine, please. It is okay. You know, you're not the only one out here, you know. And I want these other mothers and stuff to know they're scared to speak about it. They don't want to speak about it. I pray and I thank God that I got enough courage and I put my pride to the side and that I'm able to do this video because my prayer is that I can help somebody. You know, y'all need to talk about it. Y'all need to want to start a support system. Whatever's going on, just know that, you know, I want the other parents to know, mama, daddy, grandpa, uncle, auntie, whoever, cousin, whoever raising the kids, y'all not the only ones. Y'all not by yourself. You know, I go through it with Malachi. I'm telling you, I go through it. You are not alone. You are not alone. Malachi's room be a mess. I'm constantly heavy duty cleaning a mess. He in the room pissing in baskets. He peeing all over stuff purposely. I got to go in there and sanitize and clean stuff up. He still wets the bed at night, you know. So I have to make sure he have on the overnight. He think, you know, he knows he a big boy, so he don't want to wear the pull up at night. So it's a struggle trying to get him to wear a pull up. Sometimes he take it off. I'm constantly washing clothes. Yeah, it's just, it be crazy, you know. It's hard to take him places and do things. Recently, I've been really getting him exposed to going to the grocery store and stuff like that with me. Lately, for the past couple of weeks, he been doing pretty good with listening, staying with me and stuff like that. I really think this last medication that he's on is really helping him. you know. And yeah, I love my baby to death. That's my baby, and I know he chosen. His name is Malachi, and I know God got something big for him to do. You know, that's my baby, y'all. But it's hard. Yeah, this is what I've been going through. You know, it's hard. When I say it's hard, it's hard. I get a phone call from that school almost every single day. He never in his classroom because he be up there clowning. You know, he come home clowning. You know, just doing all type of stuff. Like when I say it's hard, I be in tears. I be crying. You know, all of that. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to be around nobody for real. You know, some people like want us to come over, or like we tried that. You know, going over to people's houses and doing this and that. You know, I appreciate the love, but you know, the Malachi know when he got an audience. So, you know, it's just hard, and just I've experienced a lot. Like, it's just really crazy, you know. I even tried to get him in, you know, like a little private school, you know, and they wouldn't even accept him because of behaviors and stuff that, you know, he was exhibiting. And, you know, that hurt my soul as well, because I'm like, you know, the church supposed to be for the people just like this. That's what the church for, not for normal people. The church not for nobody normal. If you normal and everything okay with you, and you ain't got nothing going on, we won't need Jesus. We won't need God. You know, we supposed to be supporting and helping people that's going through stuff and situations just like this, y'all. I ain't even finna get into all that. But I got stories for days. You know what I'm saying? I got stories for days that, you know, it just hurt. You know, people judge me. You know, I'm sure it's a lot of people think I'm out here just poor and don't got nothing, or, you know, need a hand-me-down or whatever. Like, I appreciate and thank God for everything and for placing people in my life that have done things for me. But a lot of people fall off. A lot of people got hidden agendas. A lot of people get very judgmental. You know, when my son get to showing true colors, you know, you don't hear from them folks no more. You know, folks in and out of your life. So, I ain't for it. You know, you got to be your own advocate for your own self and your own family and your own kids. And like, y'all, even family sometimes. Even the family. Family be the main ones that don't, you know, got to run their mouth and don't want to help and support, and just got all type of stuff, you know, going on. And just, you know, it's hard. It really is. It really is. When I say Malachi done gave me a run, honey, y'all, he done gave me a run. Like, it's been rough. And it's just a little bit of the tea. You know, this not everything. You know, it's just a little something that I wanted to get on her and talk to everybody about. You know. And, but with all of this being said, I hope I can help somebody. I really pray that I'm helping somebody. Y'all not by yourself. You are not by yourself. You know, I'm dealing with all this with just one kid. We ain't even talk about the other kids. I'm dealing with all this with one kid. And so, you know, it's rough. And, y'all not by yourself. It's okay. I want y'all to know it's okay, and it's gonna be okay. We need to make this a norm. You know, we need to make this a norm. We ain't no different than other parents out here. Our kids ain't no different than other kids out here. Their kids ain't no better than our kids. You know, it takes a village. You know, but sometimes people don't have that village. I really don't got that, because people really don't know what's going on for real, for real. People really don't know what's happening. You know. But this is what's going on. This will be on my YouTube page. If y'all want to reach out, if y'all need some help, some prayer, or just somebody to talk to, or help getting resources, you know, to get the process started, to get some support, to get some help or something like that, y'all reach out to me. I'm on help. You know, I'm gonna do what I can, you know, to help and so we can see a little light, you know, at the tunnel. Even if it's little, we'll be able to see it together, you know. But yeah, I just want to give y'all a little cup of the tea of what I really been going through, you know. And shout out to my girl T. You know, you know who you are, girl. You know, I'm gonna post her information in the comments and stuff like that, and I'm gonna post her information because she was really inspiration to me. She is an inspiration to me, and she really has been a motivation to me to get out here and tell my story, and to share Malachi's story too, you know, and to really know that there's other people out here going through some things that you're going through, and that, you know, if you set aside your pride, you know, and get enough confidence to get up here, you really can help somebody. You really can help some people. We really can make this a better place, you know. But it's gonna take teamwork. It's gonna take effort, you know. And I've learned a lot from her, and you know, she's been a blessing, and I love blessing her in any way that I can. I want y'all to go follow her. Like I said, I'm going to put all her information with this video, so y'all can check out her journey, you know, and hear her story. She goes live a lot too, so, you know, if you want to talk with her, and, you know, you can. But, thank y'all for listening, and, you know, I pray that this really becomes a help. Me and Malachi going to be posting a lot more videos. I'm getting used to this whole thing and this whole situation. So, I'm going to really be giving y'all a for real peek. You know, I'm going to try to catch different scenarios and situations and stuff like that. So y'all can get a better feel of things. But I'm going to get off for her though. So, alright, y'all. I love y'all. God bless y'all. Thank you for listening to me and tuning in. Peace out.